Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that's been lighting up conversations across Africa and the world: the rise of Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. Some are already calling him the next Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, or even Nelson Mandela. But is that a fair comparison? That's the big question, isn't it? We're looking at this young leader, only 34 years old, stepping into a country in crisis. Jihadist insurgencies, economic struggles, and political instability. Yet, he's resonating with millions across Africa. His rhetoric, his bold moves, they're all sparking a new kind of Pan-Africanism. But is it sustainable? Right. Pan-Africanism itself is such a rich, powerful ideology, born from a history of oppression. But it's always been about unity and self-determination. We've had giants like Nkrumah, Nyerere, and Sankara, who envisioned an Africa free from colonial influence. Yet after their deaths, there's been a sense that the dream was fading. Do you think Traore represents a return to that vision? It's fascinating because when you hear him speak, things like the struggle for our sovereignty is not just for Burkina Faso, but for all of Africa, you can't help but draw those comparisons. It's a bold, almost Sankara-like vision, but he's also dealing with modern issues, like the influx of foreign powers and digital activism. Do you think the youth of Africa are ready to rally around him? Well, Africa is the world's youngest continent, with over 60% of the population under 25. And we've seen the old guard, those long-time leaders, dominating for decades. Traore is a stark contrast. He's youthful, energetic, and outspoken against foreign interference, like the French presence in the region. His alignment with non-Western powers like Russia speaks volumes about his desire for independence. Is it a radical shift or just a natural step forward? It's both, really. Traore isn't just rejecting the old colonial powers, he's offering an alternative. His actions, like expelling French troops and nationalizing industries, show he's serious about reclaiming Africa's resources. But with that comes a huge challenge. How do you balance sovereignty with regional security? The Sahel, for instance, is a tinderbox right now. Exactly. There's no question about his boldness, but the challenges ahead are immense. Internal divisions, the pressure of external interference, and the age-old question of how to manage power without falling into the traps of corruption or dictatorship. Remember, Sankara had the same issues. His assassination was a tragic reminder of how easily revolutionaries can be derailed. And that's the catch, isn't it? People want to believe in a new dawn. But history has shown that these dreams often falter when they meet the hard realities of governance. Traore has the vision, no doubt. But can he turn that into real, lasting change? That's the ultimate test. And let's not forget the cultural revolution happening across Africa, whether it's Afrobeats, Nollywood, or even the viral hashtags. The Pan-African spirit is alive, and it's spreading beyond politics into culture, trade, and even the tech scene. Does this cultural shift make the Pan-African dream more achievable than before? Absolutely. The youth are reclaiming their narrative, and that's something we haven't seen in the same way before. Social media, for instance, is playing a huge role in mobilizing and connecting African voices. But let's be honest, this digital age comes with its own set of challenges. Traore's rise has gone viral, but the world is watching. The pressure to deliver, not just in rhetoric but in action, will be immense. Well, we've talked about the potential, but what about the risks? We're already seeing regional instability in the Sahel, not to mention the challenges of foreign meddling. If Traore isn't careful, he could end up facing the same kind of isolation and sabotage that plagued his predecessors. Exactly. And let's be real. There's no one person who can save Africa. The true Pan-Africanism we talk about has to be a collective movement. If Traore's message resonates, it will be because it taps into the collective hopes of over 1 billion people. But the infrastructure, the institutions, the policies, they need to work together to make it happen, right? It's a balance, vision with action, boldness with pragmatism. But one thing's clear. Traore has reignited a conversation that's been dormant for too long. He may not be the new Sankara or Nkrumah, but perhaps he's the face of a new, evolving Pan-Africanism. I think that's exactly it. A new Pan-Africanism, not just about one man or one country, but about a continent that's refusing to be defined by its past and ready to rewrite its own future. The journey is long, but the dawn is breaking. And that's the most powerful takeaway from today. The Pan-African movement is bigger than any one leader, but it's also a movement that's alive and evolving with the times. Who knows where it will go from here? But one thing's for sure. The world is watching. Indeed. Let's see what comes next. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll catch you next time as we continue to explore Africa's bold future. Follow my Jock Woodchuck on Facebook and subscribe to Make Talks YouTube channel.